blaze in our veins. Giovanni shadow, evil domains. Archer lurking, protons grin. But we're the ones who fight and win. Team Rocket crumbles, walls crack rise. Destined rivals under stormlit skies. Ariana howls, petrol schemes spin. But Mimic Brew stands tall within. Giovanni's throne built on hollow ground.
Just do it!
A web of lies where betrayal's found. Archer shouts, but shadows break. Mimic Brew strikes for justice's sake.
What's going on, Brews? Welcome to the Destined Rivals Release Weekend Special Hottest Cards of the Week. Hope you're having a fantastic Destined Rivals Release weekend. Some of you might be wondering how I did today. Allow this singular photo right here of, what is that, a handful of blister packs? It's fine, I got like 6 blister packs. I didn't even stand in line, I just woke up and then I showed up at like 11:30. So it's fine, I gotta save money anyway. I got some really great trips, I got Pokemon trips I gotta go on later. In tonight's video, we have way more hot cards to discuss than I would like. So we are going to speedrun the entire popular stuff, get to a whole bunch of hot cards, and then we are going to end, just for funsies, we're going to take a closer look at Team Rocket Returns, Gym Heroes, and Gym Challenge. Before we begin, I have to announce this month's channel member giveaway, courtesy of Valleywide Sports Cards in Scottsdale, Arizona. Hey, yo, Alexa, pick a number between 2 and 32. Alexa, pick a number between 2 and 32.
Here's a number between 2 and 32. It's 22.
22. All right, let's see here. Number 22. Ultimate Polls. Ultimate Polls. Congratulations, bruh. Congratulations, Ultimate Polls. You won this Prismatic Evolutions poster collection featuring 3, dare I say, actually all 3 very well-centered promos. I gave them a look. I'm not even lying. Those are all 3 very well-centered. Hit me up on IG or my business email to claim your prize, Ultimate Polls. Let's get
to it.
Alrighty, here we go. Starting off the list with Crown Zenith and then right into that Scarlet and Violet era. So Crown Zenith is Darkrai. Let's look at the top real quick here. Giratina 160, Mewtwo 100, 87, 73, 67 for Dialga. Everything else is typical except Darkrai all of a sudden shot up to like 35. Go ahead and look at Darkrai real quick, and then nah, that is not a high. Its high lately is 37, so it's coming up to that high. But there you go, it hit a low. Right there a 30, it's up to 35.20 off of 33 items sold on May 16th, that one day. And we're gonna move along because there ain't nothing else, I promise. Scarlet and Violet base set, Miriam is free falling back down to $25. She got doubled up because of that super special day a couple Fridays ago. We'll go ahead and look at her real quick and then we're gonna move along because she ain't up, she down. But you see right there, I mean, that tells you everything you need to know. Where do you think Miriam's gonna end up? Okay, she's at 35 bucks. Yeah, she gonna fall. Let's just leave it at that. Let's move it along to Paldea. So Paldea evolved nothing. Yeah, so there you go. Let's go ahead and move on. I told you it's a speed run. Obsidian Lames, nothing. Just imagine if you pulled Gloom out of Obsidian Flames and placed Gloom in Journey Together. Like, that would put Journey Together over the top for me and completely crush Obsidian Lames. It doesn't matter, that booster box is still very pricey, because, you know, I mean, I don't know. I have no idea why the Obsidian Flames booster box is what it is. The chase card isn't even $60. Moving along to the 151. Zard Full Art and Pikachu Illustration Rare are super great deals, is what I wrote. So nothing's up. I just want to quickly let you guys know that Charizard Full Art is cheaper than it's ever been. It's $27. So if you want Charizard Full Art, now would literally be the best time to get one. And Pikachu at 24 bucks. Basically, this is the cheapest Pikachu IR has been all year. Like, it's been like 5-6 months, something like that. Pikachu hit a high like 40 or 50 during the IR bubble. The IR bubble within the current bubble that we are in. The IR was the first micro bubble of our current bubble. Alright, moving along. Paradox Rift. Morpeko is looking solid. So once again, just like everything with the Scarlet and Violet Era, not a lot is up, but I am going to point out cards that are looking strong. Morpeko is looking strong. Morpeko, so that doesn't make it look strong. But all the IRs, if you zoom out into the 90 day, they look a certain way. But on the 1 month, Morpeko hit a low of about 17, and it's at $18.80, almost $19, and kind of looks like it's trending upwards, back up over 20. I wouldn't be surprised. It's a beautiful card. A lot of people like this card. So don't be surprised if Morpeko's $20 IR again someday soon. Other than that, moving along. We got 2 Bromios to talk about. Yeah, we got Arven and Clive. At the top, Bubble Mew is still at 300, 177 for Charizard. Gardevoir 75, Iona 37, those are all very typical. Snorlax, Ralts, and Ditto, and to some extent Mimikyu being almost, $15 to $20 cards. This is new as far as the last couple months. They've been up around here for a while, but we're gonna go ahead and look at Arven at $17.88. It's Jabromios are getting some love. So if you look at the 1 month, Arven's 15, 16, now it's up to hit high at 18, now it's at 17.88. So the point is Arven's trending upwards. If you look at the 1 year, you can see that Arven is kind of just, since the beginning of the year, Arven's been doing very well and holding up here in this higher price range. And then we're going to go see Clive. Clive is absolutely, the farther you go out on the chart with Clive, the better Clive looks. So I'm going to show you that. So first of all, Clive looks bad on the 3 months. It's like 22, oh my gosh, down, right? Well, first of all, then you go to the 1 month, and Clive is actually from like 1150 up to 1350, like that. Go to the 1 year, and then you're going to see higher lows. So you see this right here. You see Clive hit an ultimate low of $6, and then you see the bubble. You see 22, but now you see Clive climbing back up close to, not to the 22, but all I'm saying is higher lows, and the 1 year chart is looking good for Clive moving forward and moving along. Okay, so here we are. The forces of temporal. I just wanted to point out real quick that Gengar is down to $18. Gengar has been a $20, $21, $22, $23, $24 card for the last 6 months. So if you're looking for Gengar EX Full Art, just like that Charizard Full Art, they are better, either better than ever or cheaper than they have been in a very long time. Gengar is actually, it's been very pricey for a very long time, so just saying, grab the Gengar Full Art right now if you are interested. And moving along to Twilight Gatorade. Twilight Gatorade's got a goose egg. So Greninja is at 295, Perrin 95, Carmine 77, Eevee 60, just stuck there. Eevee's like always 60. All this other stuff's typical sideways. Suey and Growlithe 15, down just a little. Moving along. Okay, so for Shredded Fumble, we have Darkness Energy and Monkey Dory. Right here and right here. Darkness Energy is at an all-time high at almost $37, and Monkey Dory is sitting right at his, or her, I guess, all-time high at $27. Other than that, nothing. Moving along to Squirtle. Bulbasaur. Sorry. Bulbasaur is up a little, and that's about it. Stellar Frown, not so frown for little Bulba. We got to go here to the 1 month. You see there 46 up to almost 50 at 49.10, and just kind of building higher lows, flattening back out around that $50 range for little Bulba. Okay, Splurging Sparks. Lucia's Appeal and Night Stretcher are up a couple of bucks. That's it. Buy Alolan Executor. Okay, so Lucia's Appeal hit a low like 38. Now Lucia's Appeal is at 42. Whoop-de-doo. What else did I say? Night Stretcher, yeah, who definitely cares about that? Night Stretcher is up $1 or $2. Everything else is not, the story of Surging Sparks the last few weeks has not been good. But I just think Alolan Executor right here at $36. Holy moly. When I bought mine, I thought I was getting a deal at like 60. This is the Alolan Executor chart. So this card I do remember in December went up over 100. and then it went down to 60, and that's when I was like, dang, buy it now at 60, great deal. Well, now you can get it for $36. That sucks for Alolan. I mean, it sucks. I mean, it's great if you want it, but that Alolan Executor chart is a microcosm of how Surging Sparks has handled the bubble as opposed to literally everything else. Surging Sparks, some people say, is the cause of the bubble, which, you know, it's a little bit of a lot of stuff, from TCG Pocket to everything. But as far as who has handled the bubble worse, it is Surging Sparks, and I think that is just of how overhyped or hyped it was on release to start off the bubble. But yeah, Alolan Executor, you gotta buy that right now if you want it. 35 bucks. Alright, let's go to Prismatic. Umbreon is still tanking. Everything else, I almost said sucks. Everything else is sideways, or flat, or also, you know, bleeding. But we're gonna look at Umbreon. I'm gonna be honest, I did not go to 6 pages deep. I did not look at every Master Ball and Pokeball. I looked at the first 2 pages and that was it. So 1350 to 1224, you know, okay. Look at the 1 year or whatever, we had the high of 1600. So we're from 1600 down to 1200. That feels like a similar percentage that the Surging Sparks Pikachu is actually down as well. Journey Together, Goose Egg, nothing. I'm just telling you, just imagine, because Gloom looks like Gloom could fit into Journey Together. If Gloom was in Journey Together somehow, you just magically made that happen. Like, I think that would put Journey Together over the top. It's just the sweetest little set. I love this set. The set's so good. You have cards like Wailord and Articuno down here. Get out of here. Alright, our Destined Rival. Here we go. We got 350 on Team Rocket's Mewtwo. You love to see that. The fact that I have a job where if I pull a few overtime shifts, I might be able to buy this. This is fantastic news. Same with Cynthia's Garchomp. Same with every single card in this set I want, except for the Yanmega, because who wants that? Just kidding, okay? Sorry. But yeah, so 350, 220, 200, 150, 100, and 100 for Nidoking and Crobat. This set, watch this. I'm going to scroll down. So right here, you'd already get to like $2 in value for Obsidian Flames. I know, that's not fair. But I'm just saying, there's a lot of hits in this set. It's not a large set, but I mean, you go to page 2 and you still see beautiful cards and you're still scrolling down. Like, I know there's a lot of pre-release cards that are mixed into this right now that are extending it, it's making it look like a bigger set than it is. But I'm just saying, there's a lot, 2 whole pages worth of good-looking hits. Here's page 3. You got to get to page 3 before you even see like the Rotom. I even think the Yanma IR is pretty nice. I pulled Team Rocket's Crobat Full Art. It's the only card of note I've even pulled from this set so far. Fantastic. But that's on page 3 is all I'm saying. This is a very strong, very strong medium-sized set. Average size set. A majority of the Scarlet and Violet era regular sets are medium-sized sets, like Temporal, Twilight, Surging Sparks, base set. This fits right in with those. I'm just saying, it looks real good, especially when you add in the better full arts. You add a decent set size plus better full arts. This is, nobody should be surprised if this becomes the... Doesn't matter how much of the set is printed right now and how much everyone is seeing stuff on shelves. A few years from now, like a light switch, this could become Evolving Skies. I'm just saying, it absolutely could be. Trainer galleries, we do have a few. Rayquazas, both Rayquazas. What is wrong with me? Mew VMAX, Duraludon VMAX, and Eternatus VMAX. Alright, so first of all, Rayquaza VMAX right here is up a few bucks. Hit a low like 70, now it's up to 75. Right there. Mew VMAX, and okay, so we're gonna go all the way down here to these guys. The black and gold one. So Mew VMAX is up to almost $12. That's up a couple bucks on the week. Rayquaza right here from Silver Tempest, the other VMAX, this is up a couple bucks, up to $11. So these ugly Lost Origin ones and a Silver Tempest one that you know, no one cared about, they were always $4 to $6. They're now double digits. So Pikachu, the Mew, the Rayquaza, these are all up. Eternatus right here, VMAX is up over double digits. It was like $8 or $9 last week. And then Eternatus VMAX, I don't feel like going to page 2. It's the exact same thing as Duraludon VMAX right here. It's up $1.50 or $2, and it is now double digits. So again, Trainer Gallery, building more lower tier value again. Okay, moving along. Now I'm going to tell you about how I've totally missed this Inteleon VMAX last week. You know, I've been doing this for almost a year now, and I don't get called out on missing cards very often, and in fact, nobody even called me out on this. I'm calling myself out on this. I totally missed Inteleon. So anyway, Inteleon's up to $41. If you look at the 1 month, this is what I missed. I missed from 26 shooting up to 41. I totally missed this. I don't miss stuff like that. So I'm sorry, but there it is. And other than that, all the other VMAXs were not up. They were all sideways or a little down. The Vs, though, what do we got for the Vs? Leafeon is back up over $100 because it hit a low of 102. So we're gonna go 92. Leafeon right here is at $105. Again, hit a low of 92 or 93 bucks last week, so it's up. But then Zerera, I just realized we weren't on a high to low, so I'm just gonna start back over at the top so you guys can see the high to low. Giratina V at 543, Lugia at 272. There you go. So here's your high to low. Sorry about that. Yeah. So now we're gonna go find Zerora here at $60. Okay, so Zerora right here at $60, where it should be. So Zerora is actually up quite a few bucks. We have Zerora from 56 up to 60, and on the 1 month, you see here, there it is again, 56 up to 60. Not up a lot, but I just needed to point that out because I felt bad that I missed one last week. All right, moving along. All right, so the promos. Snorlax is down to $144. Other than that, nothing is up. I'm just pointing that out, that Snorlax is under 150 bucks. Squirtle, we talked about last week being up. Moving along, these regular ones. We have special Super Duper Premium Collection Eevee is down to $27.48. I just wanted to point that out before we move along. Everything else is very typical looking. All right, we're gonna move along. So Sword and Shield, the special delivery Bidoof is up 20 bucks. You know, who cares? Other than that, also very typical. There you go. Look at that, very typical. Oh wait, this Pikachu, well, the Pikachu V from the celebrations is 35, you know, I talked about it last week. Other than that, I went 3 or 4 pages deep and everything looked very sideways. Alright, moving along. Okay, so now we got a lot. The Sun and Moon, I'm just going to point it out. Stained Glass Birds, Moltres Zapdos Articuno is at an all-time high at 50. Oh, it's right, literally on its all-time high. Mewtwo and Mew GX, 203 bucks. That is an all-time high. Umbreon and Darkrai GX SM241, 118. No, that's not an all-time high. Sorry, it's Reshiram and Charizard. This hit a high of 140. It's Reshiram and Charizard that is at an all-time high at 165 right here. Same for Garchomp and Giratina at $85. That is an all-time high. And I believe, let me check, Charizard and Braixen, I believe this is also an all-time high, but I'm not sure off the top of my head. Okay, yes it is. Yeah, okay, so yeah, that is also at an all-time high. Alright, moving along. Okay, so I found this new way of searching for the alternate art promos. I didn't even realize this section existed. But basically, all these cards that are on your screen, except for Rayquaza, are at all-time highs. So Togepi, Cleffa, and Igglybuff GX. This just shot up like 25 bucks right there. So I'm just showing you that's from that very cute, very awesome premium or collection box right there. So that's at an all-time high. I'm gonna go back real quick. And all-time high, the Shaman EX right here. This thing is huge, huge up. So Yveltal EX, this alternate art promo right here with Xerneas is at an all-time high. But we're gonna look at the Shaman EX with the Rayquaza on it because this thing popped way. So here's a 90-day chart, 60 to 118. I'm gonna show you a 6-month chart. This is from 40 all the way up to $122. And on the 1 month, it's up 52%. So this card, when you see it in person, this is, oh god, I could've, I don't want to talk about it. This card physically in person is a very thick, I don't know, it's just a really good looking card. All the online pictures, any picture does not do this card's justice. If you see this card in real life, it has a lot of texture, it's very thick, it's imposing for a Shaman card. Anyway, it's beautiful. It's at an all-time high. There you go. I probably might even put it on the thumbnail. Who knows? Alright, moving along. So XY, all these guys, I made a couple videos this week, by the way. But I made one talking about collection boxes and Charizard EX, Blastoise EX, the 121, 122, 123, 124, all these Kanto starters, they are all also at all-time highs. I'll show you the Pikachu chart real quick, just because. There's the 90-day on the Pikachu chart right there. Alright, let's just move it along. Alright, so now we are in the single cards. So Mewtwo, here we go. Single cards. Mewtwo GX from Shining Legends. I want to show you this. This is a 90-day, low of $350. It's up here at $390 for an all-time high. Sticking with Shining Legends, Shining Mew, it's at an all-time high right there. It's at $71. Both of these cards go very well with my my last video I uploaded, which was Invest in Mew and or Mewtwo. Go ahead and check that video out if you haven't. Mega Rayquaza EX from Ancient Origin, all-time high right here. We had 287 up to 350. It is currently at $352. Now I'm going to show you a 1 month chart. 1 month chart's crazy. It's 160 up to 352. Again, that is Mega Rayquaza EX. 98 out of 98 from Ancient Origins. Moving along to Birthday's Pikachu. This is now at an all-time high as well. This card is up 37% on the 90-day chart, up to $16.68. Beautiful little card. Absolutely fantastic at an all-time high. Gengar and Mimikyu GX. I'm going to show you the 1 year on this because the 1 year is crazy. Oh, what you can't see is this already got pumped way high to get up here because this was a $10 card a year and a half ago. But it got pumped way up and then went way back down to $50, and now it is at an all-time high at $153. Reshiram, we've been talking about Reshiram and Zekrams a lot over the last few weeks. Absolutely, this one is going to be from Legendary Treasures Rating Collection, pardon me. And right here, we had Blastoff in January. It is sitting at its all-time high at $106.74. Mew EX, also Legendary Treasures Rating Collection. This card right here is also sitting at its new all-time high at $109.12. Right there. Bang. Flareon EX from Generations Radiant Collection. We have it right here at, what do we have? Its all-time high was 117. It went all the way down to 80 and is back up to 90. I'll just show you that on the 1 month. There's 80 up to 90. Not an all-time high, but up $10 on the 1 month from 80 up to 90, and probably is going to retrace all the way back up to that all-time high. Gardevoir and Sylveon GX of Unbroken Bonds. This is at just adding to its all-time high, 441 right there. And on the 1 month, it is up only 5%. It's not too bad on the 1 month, but on the 1 year, it is very scary. It is from 190 up to 441. Okay, moving along. So, basically everything from Unified Minds, I just did this. Everything from Unified Minds is at an all-time high. If it's on your screen, it's at an all-time high. I'll use, yeah, like literally. Like here, I'll use Alolan or Rowlet and Alolan Executor as an example. There you go. 60 up to 70, up $10. Everything from Unified Minds. I'm just, you know, when you got a lot of cards to cover, yeah, you just go like this. No, well, yeah. Just assume if it's from Unified Minds, it's at an all-time high. Okay, there we go. Speaking of Unified Minds, I guess I had one of these already pulled up. There you go. So this is what I'm talking about. Umbreon and Darkrai, Unified Minds. Yeah, so what is that? 40 up to 63 on the 1 month. It just doesn't look right. On the 90 day, we have 38 up to 63. There you go. That is Umbreon and Darkrai regular GX from, again, Unified Minds. Like I said, Unified Minds and like 10 times in the last minute. All right, Eevee and Snorlax GX from Team Up. Right here. Come on, you can do it. You can do it, little chart. It is from 54 up to 68 on the 30-day chart, and on the 1 year, it is way more impressive. It is. Is that the 1 year? Oh, it is. Wait, no, it's not. There it is. Hey, there you go. It's like, what the heck's going on? It's from 15 up to 68. There you go. Up 337%. Moving along. Okay, here's another Unified Minds card. I didn't realize I accidentally grabbed so many Unified Minds cards when I did that. But there you go. $20 in November, and it's $68, up 181%. That is Mewtwo and Mew GX. There you go. Pikachu, secret rare from Cosmic Eclipse. Okay. So this 74 up to 76. Oh, that's not too great. That's not too bad. That's nothing. But I'll just show you that real quick. It is at an all-time high. Oh wait, is it at an all-time high? This card was really hyped in, at release back when, Leonhardt was on top of the world, late 2019, Cosmic Eclipse. So maybe this card back around that time was around this price, maybe even higher, to be honest. But for recent memory, we'll call it recent memory, all-time high. Moved along. Umbreon EX Fates Collide Full Art. Bang. So we had $40 up to 97, and on the 1 month it is from 90 up to $98. That is a all-time high. Blastoise and Piplup. Alternate art. What is up with the invisible charts? Alright, so there you go. 120 up to 240. So it's doubled on the 1 year. 215 up to 240 on the 30-day. The regular version, hey, let that all art and its regular version just be a microcosm of what's going on with all of them, because even the regular version, $16 now it's triple that and it's $45. Okay, we are done with all the singles and stuff. Now let's go cover these Destined Rivals-esque sets. Alright, here we go. Team Rocket. So currently we have Dark Dragonite, and again, all these prices you're going to be paying way more for near mint and probably less for, moderately play. But the order of things we can definitely, for the most part, rely on. Just, don't think you're paying $330 for a really mint condition Dark Dragonite. But here you go. So Dark Dragonite is at the top. $330. Dark Blastoise, Dark Charizard. We got Dark Blastoise over Dark Charizard. The secret rare Dark Raichu at $190. Back in 2018 or 19, I tried to master set this set. I literally got everything done to where literally all I needed was Dark Dragonite, Dark Charizard, and Dark Raichu. And over that month that I was master setting the set, things got so out of hand. Like the prices literally tripled, it was so insane that I ended up not even being able to afford to complete the master set. I'm just saying, I tried, and if I would have started a month early, maybe. But yeah, this is the only WotC or vintage set that I've attempted to master set. And I came very close, just at the worst possible moment. Anyway, so there you go, there's the top. You got the non-holo at 103. This I graded in a PSA 9 and sold for $200, like 2 or something years ago. So even the non-holo Dark Charizard, very cool. For me, the Dark Magneton, the Dark Doug Trio, these are really hard to grade. They have so much open foil for scratches and print lines. Yeah, there a lot of these Wizards of the Coast era cards, like Chanseys and stuff, are going to be way tougher grades than some of the more popular ones. So the PSA 10 market on a lot of vintage cards will be irregular and not perfectly match how the market price on the raw cards is, and that's just due to difficulty of grade. But I love Dark Magneton and Dark Doug Trio. Dark Machamp's the homie. Alright, let's just move it along. Alright, Team Rocket returns. So when it comes to this set, it feels like the Gold Stars, that, the Treecko and the Torchic, other than Rocket's Mewtwo right here. Rocket's Mewtwo EX is probably the most popular card. I'm just saying there's this vibe that Torchic Gold Star and Treecko Gold Star might be the second and third most popular card from Team Rocket returns, and they're not even technically Rocket's cards. But here we go. So there you go right there. You got Torchic at 2,500. Yikes. Rocket Snorlax EX, 600 bones. Okay. The Articuno, the birds, honestly, the Moltres, the Zapdos, and the Articuno is what I think makes Team Rocket returns so good in its own unique vibe from Team Rocket, in my opinion. Just the legendary birds, and then obviously having Snorlax. You even have a Suicune in there. Dark Slowking, that's the homie. Absolutely. Dark Marowak, Dark Steelix. Are you kidding me? There's so many homies in this. This is the Team Rocket homies set. Dark Electro, Dark Steelix, Dark Marowak, Dark Slowking, Dark Dragonite, Dark Hypno, Dark. Yeah, these are some some great lower tier ones down here. Absolutely. I think I like this section, the lower tier section of this, than Team Rocket. I'm gonna go back to Team Rocket. Yeah, because all this stuff down here is standard and kind of boring after you get off the top, whereas it's way less standard and way less boring down here, in my opinion. So top end value, Team Rocket wins. Lower end value, Team Rocket returns, and coolness wins. Rocket Scyther EX. Are you kidding me? Yeah, a lot of these cards, like, they're just way cooler down here than in the original Wizards of the Coast Team Rocket, in my opinion. Yeah, a lot of cool stuff. Alright, so next we're going to do Gym Heroes and Gym Challenge, because in all honesty, Gym Heroes and Gym Challenge, Destined Rivals is way more like these two sets. And I did do a video about a month ago, like Destined Rivals, I don't even remember what I called the video, but at one section of the video I compared Destined Rivals to both Gym Heroes, Gym Challenge, talked about a lot. So basically I'm going to just do that again. And in case you don't know, Gym Heroes and Gym Challenge, it is not the good side and the bad side. They are both identical sets from their layouts. And all I mean by that is Gym Heroes, this one right here, you have plenty of Team Rocket and Giovanni vibe. You have plenty of good, plenty of bad. You have the Rocket's Trap, you know, Rocket's Snorlax. This is all Gym Heroes right here. So basically Gym Heroes, Gym Challenge are they're just like part 1 and part 2 of the same thing. And if you combine them all together, they're one giant, super awesome, mega Destined Rivals set, but a vintage version. But yeah, so Sabrina's Gengar is obviously, when it comes to Gym Heroes, one of the most popular cards. Yeah. And you go over here, let's just go over to Gym Challenge real quick. The Gym Challenge, that's where you get the Blaine's Charizard, the Rocket's Mewtwo, Sabrina's Alakazam, Erica's Venusaur. I think it's very... Gym Challenge is just a better set, in my opinion. The first 4 rows, there's a lot of good stuff up here in front of my face right now. Like a ton of really, really good stuff right here. Like the Rocket's Mewtwo, I did grade this in Japanese, got a PSA 8, unfortunately. Same with Sabrina's Alakazam in English. But yeah, Blaine's Charizard at 671. You got 2 Garys, and you know, you got 2 Garys in Gym Challenge. They could have put 1 in either Gym Heroes and Gym Challenge, you know, but they did not. So I'm just saying. And then the Gengars, like the Gengar right here is a fantastic Gengar. Gengar Brion, or Moongar is what I meant to say, pardon me. Here's your Moongar. I'm going to go back to Gym Heroes up here. So yeah, Gym Heroes, it just doesn't hit near as hard. It really doesn't. Yeah, unfortunately. But Gym Challenge is great, and Team Rocket Returns is super duper underrated. Team Rocket Returns, the kind of people that collect Team Rocket Returns cards are the kind of people I feel like that either got in right when that happened, which wasn't a large amount of people, or people who have been in the hobby for a while and they're trying to collect the more niche cards, and then they fall in love with Team Rocket Returns. You fall in love with, you know, that after Wizards of the Coast era, the dark days of Pokemon, essentially. Alright, I'm done. Back to me up here. Hey, thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed the Team Rocket Destined Rivals special. If you made it to the end, seriously, thank you very much. It's probably going to be a slightly longer one than usual. I do hope you get all the Destined Rivals that your heart desires, and I hope you pull Rocket's Mewtwo and Rocket's Moltres and all the good stuff. And yeah, let me know. Let me know in the comments section if you pulled anything good or not. Alright, have a good weekend. See you guys next week. Deuces.
Gonna catch 'em all. He's the guide, the guru, the Pokemon king, teaching strategies while the synths do their sting. Through the wild grass to tall city walls, Mimikyus the name on everybody's calls. Mimikyus has got the groove, Pokemon dreams, he'll make